Real quick. Let me bust this down. Acts 2 and 21. Watch this. This power, right? It say, and whosoever, because that's what our people get caught up on. Anybody that's watching this video who might not have the full understanding, listen to this. Anytime you see the word whosoever or all those that doesn't mean everybody. We was taught that. But that doesn't mean everybody. That's why you don't know what's going on in the time period. Like, watch this. Acts 2 and 21. It say, and whosoever shall call on the name of the Lord shall be saved. You'll get read that in church and he'll stop there. He'll read that. He reads scriptures like that. Galatians 3 and 22, Galatians 3 and 24, Greek no Jew, or 28 or 26, whatever that is. He'll read them type of scriptures, Acts 2 and 21, because those scriptures are parables. They are written in parable form. It say one thing and mean another. Christ had enemies around. Everybody wasn't for Christ when he walked the land before crucifixion, baby. Y'all got to understand that part. Y'all need to learn the story of Christ when he walked the land as a man. You got to know that part of the story. It say, whosoever shall call upon the name of the Lord shall be saved. You see that, or you get read that and you think anybody in the world. He'll read that to you and he'll stop there. He won't go to the next verse. And whosoever shall call on the name of the Lord shall be saved. He stopped right there and then he'll say, you know what? That remind me of a time when I was a child. And he'll go into that type of story, right? Now you think that whosoever is everybody. Why? Because he never read you verse 22. Watch this. That's Acts 2 and 21. Whosoever shall call on the name of the Lord shall be saved. That's 21. 22. Ye men of Israel, hear these words. See, he didn't read the next verse. So you think that 21, when they say whosoever, that's talking to everybody. But in verse 22, he let you know plainly who he was talking to. It say, ye men of Israel, hear these words. Right out the scripture. So that's what I'm talking about. So when you read stuff like John 3:16, for God so loved the world, then I turn around and ask you, okay, what John 3 and 14 say? They don't know that, bro. They don't know that. He's giving you an incomplete story, bro. I turn around and ask you, well, why he said in Acts 2 and 21 that whosoever shall call on the name of the Lord shall be saved. What was going on during that time for that to even be said? They couldn't tell you, bro. They don't know that was Pentecost, something that was only for Jews, something that was only for Israel, bro. That's what that is. Go back to Leviticus 23, you're going to see all the holy days, fam. Pentecost was one of the days that was given to Israel. That wasn't given to nobody else. Too. And go all the way up to the beginning so you can find out why he even said that in 21. Whosoever shall call on the name of the Lord shall be saved. If you go back and read why that was said or what was going on during that time, you're going to find out in verse 1, this is Pentecost, something that was only given to the children of Israel. You go back to Leviticus, the old law. They are celebrating something that was in the old law, that was given to them in the old law that you say is done for. Our people is told the old law is done for, but if you read Acts 2 and 1, they were celebrating Pentecost, something that they was taught to do in Leviticus. Way back in Leviticus, that law was given to the Israelites in the wilderness that was took from Egypt by Moses from God himself. That law was given to Israel way in Leviticus. They in Acts, Paul and them celebrated Pentecost. Fam, this is Pentecost we reading about. Our people don't know that, bro. Because the pastor is disgusting, man. This man jumped all the way to, and you talking about cherry picking. This man jumped all the way from Acts 2 and 1 to verse 21 and read the scripture and say, that says that whosoever shall call on the name of the Lord shall be saved. He did not read you verse 22 that says, ye men of Israel, hear these words. He did not read you that part. He went to a dog in a tree or a moose in a field after he read 21. But if I turn around and ask you what was going on during that time for that to even be said, you don't know that that is Pentecost. That was only given to Israel. That was only given to Israel, fam. And let me break this down. Our people were scattered across the four corners. Pentecost was in Jerusalem. That land is for our people, bro. That land they fighting over, them Israelis and them Palestinian people, them Arab, they are fighting over God's holy land. That's yours. They are fighting over your land. That's why the Most High say he gonna clear that land out for the kings of the east. That is you. But at the end of the day, They fighting over that land. Pentecost was there. When you read in Acts 2 and 1, go all the way back up to the top. Don't jump all the way down to 21. If you don't understand what's going on before that, go all the way back to verse 1. It's going to tell you that this was Pentecost. And if you keep reading, you're going to find out that this was only for Jews, Israel. If you go to Leviticus 23, it's going to tell you that when it first started. Now, and we're going to get to the part of tongues. Our people were scattered. So when we was in Jerusalem, right, in Israel, when we came from Egypt, we was in what you was called the other side of Jordan, Israel. We was still right there in that land, or right there by that land, right? The Most High say we was going to be scattered from that land to a new land. The new land is America, where we at. The new land is Europe, where some of our people at. The new land is Greece, where Greek Freak and all them met, and Idris Elba and the dude from Snowfall. Them people were scattered. That's not where they from, bro. Them people were scattered, just like the Spanish people. They speak Spanish because they was in Spaniard captivity. That's why they speak, that's not their language. They were scattered from what you would call Jerusalem or the Middle East, or what they call it. They were scattered from that land on slave ships. They was on the sub-Saharan slave trade. They were scattered from that land into the Spaniards. The conquistadors conquered those people and took them in slavery and gave them their language. That's why they speak Spanish. That is the language of the Spaniards. That's not their language, bro. That's not their language. That is the language of the Spaniards. Now, we were scattered. They were scattered over there. We were scattered to America. Some people were scattered to Greece. The slave ships went everywhere, right? So when we got to the new land, the Most High say, for our punishment, we was going to be scattered to a new land, and we was not going to speak our native tongue. We weren't going to be speaking Hebrew no more. Tongues is not hamla, shamla, shamla, shamla. That's not tongues. He said when we get to the new land, we're not going to speak our native tongue no more, which was Hebrew. We are not going to speak that tongue no more. Do we speak Hebrew? No, we speak English. That's why we needed King James. We speak English. They speak Spanish. They speak Haitian. All our people don't speak their native tongue. The Haitian man speak Haitian. The Puerto Rican man speak Puerto Rican. The Cuban man speak Cuban. The Colombian man speak Colombian. All those people speak another tongue. They don't speak their native tongue. Tongues is not hamla, shamla, shamla, shamla. So when we were scattered across the four corners, we were scattered over here to America, Houston, Chicago, New York, wherever you were scattered to from Jerusalem. That's where you really supposed to be, right? When you got to the new land under slavery, you were taught English. When they got to the new land under slavery, they were taught Spanish. When they got to the new land under slavery, they was taught Greek. That's why Idris Elba speak like this. That's why the boy from Snowfall speak like that. That's why them people speak like that. They learned that in captivity. Their forefathers learned that in captivity and passed it on to them. That's what that is. That's not their language, bro. That's not their real tongue. So now, when they were scattered over there, during Pentecost, it don't matter where you were scattered, Chicago, America, Greece, Europe, Russia, wherever you were scattered to, Spain, you had to come back to Pentecost and celebrate Pentecost one time a year, just like how you celebrate Christmas one time a year, right? You had to come back to Pentecost. That's what you read in Acts 2 before you get to verse 21. I'm giving you the context before you even get to the point where it say, whosoever shall call on the name of the Lord shall be saved. I'm showing you the backstory of why he said that. Now, this is Pentecost, something that was only for Israel Jews. If you read Acts 2 and 1, get all the way down to 21, this is what you're going to read about. So our people who were scattered everywhere, Chicago, New York, Europe, we had to go back to Jerusalem to celebrate Pentecost one time a year. So now you got all the Haitians in one building. You got all the black people in one building. You got all the Hispanics in one building, all the Cubans, all us in one building. But we all speak another tongue. He speaks Spanish. He speaks English. We learned this in captivity. So tongues is not hamala, shamala, shamala. That's why when you get in church and the Spirit of the Lord come upon you, you get to throwing your head up and saying hamala, shamala, shamala. When you got the Pentecost, since you spoke another tongue in slavery, the Most High put that same Spirit on you, or the Spirit of the Lord on you, to speak your native tongue. So now when this Pentecost is a feast day. Look at it as Christmas. And we all, let's say if that was Christmas and we all was in one building and we speaking a different language. The Spirit of the Lord came upon us and put our native tongue back on us. So now when we feasting with the Hispanic dude, we all speaking one tongue. So now I understand what you're saying. Instead of sitting there talking to the Jamaican or the Nigerian or the Hispanic or the Cuban and not being able to converse with him on feast day because we speak another tongue that we was taught in slavery. No, he put the spirit on the Lord up on us so we can all speak one tongue. So when we feasting together, we can communicate with each other. We can communicate with our brothers. That's what tongues really is. So that's what was going on during Acts 2 when you get all the way down to 21. So if everybody in one building, all the Hispanics, when he say whosoever shall call on the name of the Lord, he talking to the people that was in Pentecost, the devout or righteous men who celebrated Pentecost, bro. Israel.